I am reading Queering the American Dream by Dr. Reverend Angela Yarber. This is such a good book, and this is a paragraph where she's talking about Lilith and the myth of Lilith. Interpreting Plasko's feminist midrash with a queer lens often offers further redemptive potential, particularly if we remember the many times we queer folk have been pushed outside the garden's walls because we are not welcome, we do not belong, or we cannot follow the rules of heteronormativity. In fact, some queer biblical scholars claim that Lilith came back to the garden's walls, not simply to befriend and attempt to liberate Eve, but for the two women to fall in love. How many times in history, myth, and everyday life have queer women been pushed out of the garden, while others claimed that they chose to willingly go? How much of a choice does one have when the garden's vines are strangling you? They choked out Lilith, and they choked out me. A little later on, she says, not knowing what I existed beyond the place I called home for nearly 14 years, I resigned from my position in a coveted progressive Baptist pulpit. Since I offered my resignation, many have asked me if I think the church, any church, can exist without sexism and heterosexism. Called, ordained, degreed, and with over a decade dedicated to working to overcome it, I'm afraid my answer is a faint but hopeful, I don't know. The garden, the church, can be a beautiful place. Lurking behind those beautiful flowers, it can also be a place with tangled vines that strangle the least among us. Like Lilith, I had to climb over the garden's walls and find out what's on the other side. In order to save my soul, I had to leave the church. In order to save her soul, I believe Lilith had to leave the garden.